I promise. And this one is titled Ego Mastery: 5 questions you need to answer to get things done. So without further ado, let me jump into this. All right. And let me share this out real quick. And for those of you who are on the replay, hey, how you doing? Go ahead and share this out. Pop in replay also, and let us know where you are replaying from. All right. This is part of the Harry the Big Dog 100 video challenges. That's right. It's 30 days to create 100 videos. And these
What
videos,
things can you do in your business? What
there
systems?
we go. Okay, these videos, got to work with Facebook. These videos are designed to build your business, to build your character, whatever it is that you want to build. These videos are all about that. All right, so here we go. Let's jump in. Let me go ahead and share this out so that everybody has the opportunity to pop in live. Okay, I want to make sure that this gets to where it needs to go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. All right. Cool. Okay. All right, so let's jump on in. All right. So, and again, I am the Jason Hodge, Ego Mastery. Okay, so for those who don't know what ego is, I know you may have some clues. I covered this in a video the other day, but I saw that that video did not actually show you the slides. So I decided to come back through so that you could see exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so ego mastery. Ego is an acronym for end goal objective. So whatever it is that your end goal objective is, this is the broadcast for you. All right, so ego mastery. First question, what do you want to achieve? I know it sounds like a simple question. It's a very simple question, actually, but there's so many of us that don't even ask this question when it comes to what we want to achieve. We just kind of start things without thinking it all the way through. And as a media planner, that is something that probably makes my blood crawl. It just cringes me because if you don't have an idea of where you want to go, you will never know if you actually make it to your destination. So you've got to establish the definition of your destination by asking the simple question and having an answer for that question is, what do you want to achieve? So whatever it is, that is going to be the foundation of everything you do after that. Next question, who do you need to know? Now, if you got an opportunity to catch our mastermind call the other day, where we talked about the power of a mastermind, the power of having the right network, the right people in your life, the right industry folks that can open doors for you or point you in the right direction, you need to know, who do you need to know? So when it comes down to understanding the research that has to come into play, you want to find out who's in your industry or influences the industry or the project that you want to accomplish, the destination that you want to end up at. Who influences that process? Because those will be the folks who you need to know. I told you this is going to be short. And what do you need to ask? Now, once you know the person, once the door is open, the conversation has begun, there's a specific set of questions that you're going to need to ask them. And depending on your industry, depending on your end goal objective, depending on what you want to achieve, it's going to determine the questions that you ask. And the question could start out simply as this: hey, this is where I want to go. And I know that you're the person who has, an insight on my getting there. So what questions should I be asking in order to facilitate my getting to my end goal objective? I'd like to sit down, maybe have some coffee with you. I'd like to understand a little bit more about what it is that I need to do or know, or what information or connections do I need to have? Whatever that is, I need to know from you, from an inside perspective, what the process is to get me from where I am now to where I ultimately want to be. So you set that time up, You sit down, you have coffee, or you get on the phone, you Zoom, whatever that is, in order to ask the right questions. And then, what are the associated costs? Now, the person themselves may have associated costs with that conversation. That may be a consultation, that may be something that they charge for, or they may see where you're going and want to help you out, and that happens a lot. Okay, that happens in our mastermind a lot. That happens in life a lot. You'll find folks who are mentor quality and they just want to pour into an action taker. We've got folks who are inside of our circle right now who are such great action takers that we're like, okay, let's give them more. Let's give them the next set of things to do because they are moving. Their momentum is building. So, what are the associated costs? That also comes into play. This other question comes into play when you talk about associated costs. What is it going to cost you to actually achieve that goal? It may not be the person that you're talking to. It may be resources that you need. It may be actual financial obligations, monthly costs. It could be operational costs. What are all of the costs associated with your achieving your dream, your end goal objective? Those costs don't necessarily mean that they're going to come out of your pocket, but they are costs that are associated. Once you know the costs, oh, so I need this resource for that, this resource for that, this person for that, this open door for that. You need to know what all those costs are associated so that you can approach it from a very informed position. So if you don't know the cost up hand, sit down, write down every single question that comes to your mind, and then go and connect with your community, with your inner circle to say, hey, this is the project that I've got going on. This is what my end goal objective is. This is what I want to achieve. These are the questions that naturally come to my mind on this. Do you see anything that I'm missing? And if you are not qualified for that question, do you know who I should be talking to in order to get that information? Because I need to make sure that I've got all the right questions so I can get the right answers, so I can create the right plan and roadmap to get to my end goal objective, okay, to accomplish my ego. And then, question, how can you pay them? Sometimes, and I had a great conversation with a good friend of mine, TC, and we were just talking about, how those things look. How does it look when you are now looking at building out certain things? What type of network, what type of connections, what type of methodology could you employ in order to pay? Sometimes folks don't want your money. Sometimes they want access. Sometimes they don't want access, they want your creativity. Sometimes they don't want your creativity, they need your endorsement. So you got to look at what are the costs associated, and that is going to be based on the value that that person asking the question or that you yourself asking the question has for that. So if you say, well, you know what? I don't need money. What I need is I need a plane ticket to this area. Okay, I don't need money. What I need is an introduction to this CEO. I don't need money. What I need is access to these materials. I don't need money. What I need is a design team to be able to take my things and build them out so that I have a package. So I'm packaged well. I don't need money, but what I do need is a photographer to take my photos, to do my headshots. I don't need money. What I do need is a graphics designer to build out my sites and all of that to make my stuff look good. Whatever that is, you've got to determine the cost and you've got to find out from them what are the costs associated and how can I pay you? How can you pay me? So you look at that barter type system. What do you have that I need and what do I have that you need or want? And then you make the right types of agreements in order for you both to feel satisfied and supported in that engagement. I'm hoping that that makes sense. And that's it. Once you've got those things together, you've got everything that you need. Okay, I'm going to go back through. You know what you want to achieve. You know who you know to make that happen. You learn what you need to ask, and you ask it. And then you find out the associated costs, And then finally, you learn how you can pay them in order to make your dreams a reality, for you to master your ego. This is ego mastery, end goal objective mastery. All right, so on that note, let me pop back on over here so you guys can see my face in a bigger way. I am the Jason Hodge, really enjoying this process of the 100 live stream video challenge. 30 days, 100 videos. If you got any questions, you want more clarity, go ahead and make sure that you reach out to me, jasonhodge.biz. Make sure that you click the links, like my pages, follow me in these different mediums. You'll see how these things are built out in these different industries, from food to media to, consulting and all of that. Message me. I'll see you later. Have a great one. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me do this before I go. I don't want to dismiss. Uh, you guys may be asking some questions. I want to make sure that I don't jump off before answering those questions. So let me take a look real quick. All right. Okay, so all present. Nice. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Harry. And Chris, checking in. Good stuff. Check in. Nice. Great information. Awesome. Awesome. Uh, you don't know what you don't know. Absolutely. That's that fourth quadrant of all possible knowledge. Coffee post. Exactly. You saw me clear that up, though, didn't you? Coffee post COVID. Exactly. That's why I said a Zoom meeting. Hey, Shauna, how's it going? Good stuff. Questions reveal everything. Absolutely. Don't we know that is the truth, Chris? Absolutely. Access is what I need. There you go. Absolutely. And that's real. A lot of times folks don't realize that it's not the money, because money can get you so far, but the relationship can get you so much farther. I've got a great story of a mentor of mine who, she talked about how when she was getting her start and how she didn't have the packaging that she needed, and an exec at a very high-end financial institution saw where she was going and said, you know what, she's going to need this access. So they opened up the door for her to utilize their marketing department. Okay. A marketing department that deals in high 6-figure and 7-figure budgets. She had that at her disposal. So she could not have out of her pocket paid for it, but they had that infrastructure already set up and they just slid her right on into that infrastructure. So when you ask the right questions and you show up properly and you gain favor with the right set of folks in the industry, in the right enterprise that you're looking for, you will find that doors are open to you that you could not have begun to pay for. And that's what you want. So don't think that money is the answer all the time. Sometimes it's that strategic connection that you can deliver or that you can gain. All right, so on that note, I'm going to call this and finish on this broadcast. I am the Jason Hodge, and like I said, reach out to me. Looking forward to connecting with you. Have a great one.